putting the ink on the world's largest free trade agreement in a virtual signing ceremony. The deal was sealed on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit hosted by Vietnam. The agreement brings together 15 Asia-Pacific countries with a population of more than 2 billion people, accounting for some 30% of the global economy. The partnership was nearly a decade in the making. It includes China, the world's second largest economy, but it leaves out top economic power, the United States. President Donald Trump quit previous efforts to form a trans-Pacific trade bloc. Members of this new pact hope the further loosening of trade barriers will lead to greater prosperity for the Asia-Pacific region.
This agreement signifies that our region, which has been the most economically dynamic region of the world in recent decades, is still committed to openness and to trade, and that we will use that as a platform and a springboard for recovery in the post-COVID era.
The agreement is set to reduce tariffs, harmonize trade rules, and streamline supply chains. Analysts say it may cement China's position as Asia's leading economic power, allowing Beijing to call the shots on important trading terms from Japan to New Zealand. China also stands to benefit by being able to reduce its dependence on other markets, such as the United States.
To talk a little more about the significance of this pact, I'm joined now by Clifford Coonan from DW Business. Clifford, thanks for coming in. This is branded as a coup for China. How significant is it really for Beijing?
I think it's massively significant for Beijing. This is 30% of global GDP, and in the driving seat very much is China. China uses trade as a way to outweigh various regional tensions politically and use its economic muscle to get over the political strains with a lot of its neighbours over the South China Sea and other areas. It doesn't include things that Beijing is less happy about talking about, such as environmental goals or anything to do with political areas such as human rights. So it's a big win for Beijing.
How much does the United States stand to lose by being excluded from this deal?
Well, I think it's very significant that the US isn't in it. It's a sign of what's been going on the last 4 years with the US looking inwards. And we've seen other trade deals fall because of this and would move away from multilateralism towards just looking inwards for the US. It's going to be interesting to see now how this will play out with Joe Biden, because he's with the president-elect, because he's presumably more trade-friendly. Going on previous Democratic leaders, he's more trade-friendly than Donald Trump. But how that will play out, of course, we'll have to wait and see. But it is significant the US isn't in it because it's a Pacific power as well, and this is supposedly a Pacific deal. So it's going to be a big factor.
Let's look at this new powerful bloc from the European perspective. How is it likely to affect the EU?
Well, I think it will lead to cheaper goods in Europe. That's one positive. It's, again, putting political pressure on the EU to see how it's dealing with China, weighing up the political versus the economic. And so it's going to have to see how it can work with this new bloc, because within the bloc you've got the ASEAN countries, these Southeast Asian countries with whom the EU has very strong relations, and then you have strategic competitors like China. So there's going to be a lot of rebalancing and a lot of examination about how to move forward for the EU.
One very important economy in Asia that's missing from this trade deal is India. Why is that?
Well, I think India is a big omission, or the fact that it's not there is very serious. It's largely because of tensions with China that it's not there, and I think it means going forward we're going to have to see how if the next trade deal will have to have India in it, or else it doesn't really work. So let's wait and see.
Clifford Coonan of DW Business, thank you very much.